Alright, what's up everybody? Hannibal Sky, continuing the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned Starter's Guide for NextGenWalkthroughs.com on the Xbox 360. Just entered that area that you saw me walking into from the previous video, and still continuing on my way to get the mission for brains. There's a lot of people here. Normally I wouldn't just run out like this. I stay on top of that hill and get all these guys to spawn, but I'm just trying to run through them all to show you guys where to go. You really don't want to charge in on these guys. Just as soon as you see them pop up, just stand back and pick them off before they get to you. And it's not that hard to do usually, especially in this section. Later in the game, on other levels, maybe a little bit tougher to stand back and kill them before they get to you, because you start getting more of them, and some of them move quicker, like the psycho zombies. But usually not too tough. And on this playthrough, I don't know why. Okay, there you go. That's what the Defiler does to you. Now I'm moving slower. I can't see anything, so I just threw a grenade hoping to kill someone. And this is something that's never happened to me before on this playthrough, but I got to here and I started getting these suicide zombies that throw a barrel at you, explosive barrel, and then also one of the like big giant guys with a barrel on his back came after me, and I'd never seen that before. On this section, it happens later in the game usually, but I'd never had it come up here. Like, there's the regular guys. Anytime you see them with a barrel over their head, shoot the barrel, it'll blow up and kill them. Not too tough on those guys as long as you spot them. And then right there you saw this guy popping up, the Tankenstein. Those guys will charge at you, and they'll throw like explosive at you. So they're a little bit tougher later, and they're not too tough for me because I'm leveled higher than they are. But those are some of the more advanced enemies you'll fight in this game, are the Tankensteins. And later there's also one similar to that guy, but he has a big ammo chest on his back. So you kill him and you can get some weapons and ammo off of his back. Thought that was kind of a cool little addition to the characters. But yeah, there's just a ton of them, and they'll soak up your enemy or your ammo too. There's a midget zombie. If you don't get headshots, they'll eat up your ammo quick because there's just so many of them. Kind of like the Flood in the Halo series, except for they carried guns. But yeah, we're almost there. Coming up on the town around this corner over here. You can kind of see it in the distance. And the whole time still you're getting headshots. You're getting a lot of headshots and just leaving the brains behind. Not picking them up yet, because you want to get the quest first. Now when you come up into here, I'm throwing down proximity mines because I know they're probably following me. Go around to this way I'm going here, and it's in this very back corner around to the right is where you're going to find the house that has the brains mission. And what it is what's his name? TK. It's his version of being a zombie. He is here and he wants you to go get some brains for him. So you go into this house. You kill the zombies that chased me through first, but you go in there, you talk to him, he gives you the quest, go back out, start picking up the brains you left nearest to you. You only need 10, so there should be enough in this town to get the first little achievement. And then you go back to him and you give him the turn in the quest to him, and he'll start eating the brains that you just gave him, and stand there and wait, because when he's finished he throws up a weapon or an item. So then instead of like getting it as an item in the completed status when you turn it in, he actually gives it to you by throwing it up. It's a little different, but kind of a cool little twist to it. So yeah, this is where you're going to be coming back to a lot in this game, because every time you get enough brains, you got to come back here to turn them into TK. And like I told you, the last one's 250 brains, so you're going to be collecting those for a while. what I suggest is sticking around this town in the area where you came into this section, this map, and just keep going back and forth, getting brains and bringing them back to him until you get to where you're going to need 100 brains. At that point, go ahead and start doing other missions, because it'll take you a little while to collect 100 brains. Just keep going for headshots, pick them up as you get them, and when you see you're only about maybe 20, 30 brains away from completing it, go ahead and start heading back in this direction, because you should have no trouble getting the rest of the brains you need, that last 25 or 30, by the time you get back to his house. It takes some time, but as long as you do it this way and not wait until the end after you do the main quest, it doesn't really take away from it like it did when I did it the first time. Because I had already completed every mission and then noticed that I had an achievement missing, and then because I never found this house until I looked up what the achievement was and where to get it from. So you see here, there's one of the torsos that crawls at you. He spits at you too, or throws up. There's my 10 brains, and I got it just outside of his gate, even though I didn't kill him on the way in. So you run back. There's a back door to his place too, but I don't know. There's nothing out there that I could find. It's just like a pumpkin farm. So nothing really interesting out his back door. So there you go. Now I have to collect 25, but don't run away, because now he grabs the brain and starts chowing down, and then he's gonna throw up a weapon here in a second after he finishes. A little bit gross, a little different, but pretty funny. There he goes. He apparently ate a class mod. Yeah, here I take a look in the backyard. I've never been back there, but just a pumpkin patch. Not really anything out there. I was trying to find some zombies, but there's not even zombies back there. But yeah, so just go back out and just keep going out until you find another 25 brains. Run back, give it to him. He'll ask for 50. Go out again. You should still be able to get 50 in the same area. If not, go ahead and go out and do another quest and come back. But this is probably the longest mission in this DLC. Is just all this brain collecting. Also, while you're doing these, you're going to collect a ton of weapons and items and stuff. You're probably going to get filled up. So I'm showing you right now where you run to, and there's a couple of little vending machines over here inside this building. So you can run in here and sell your weapons and stuff you picked up, so you can make some money and free up some of your item slots so you can pick up some more stuff. Use that a lot since I was coming back and forth through here a lot. And you're killing a ton of people, and they're going to drop a bunch of stuff. So, good place to sell it, where you're going to come to a lot anyway. Other than that, there's not really a lot to this. I mean, it's pretty simple. I didn't have any trouble with any other part of this DLC other than finding this mission. So it was pretty fun. I would definitely say buy this one. It's worthwhile. It adds to the game. You're actually getting experience. You're actually getting items, unlike the Underdome. It's completely different enemies, different look to the levels. Some of the levels are duplicated from the original game, but they're changed a little bit. Like Old Haven is now Dead Haven, and the areas are kind of sectioned off differently. You can't access them the same way. It's kind of run around certain spots. So they didn't completely redo all the maps for this one, but I think they did enough to make it fun and good, and definitely worthwhile DLC. So hope this helps you guys on this DLC. Have some fun with it, and I'll see you in the next set of guides. Thanks a lot, guys.